watching the clock, 10,000 hours go by. I keep putting in work, the tears are filling my eyes. I swear I've never been tested like this, but this is mine. It's not a matter of chance, just a matter of time. Never look back. If something's standing in my way, I always push back. If something seemed impossible, I never took that. Nah, cause now I know better. Can't stop, won't stop, I won't quit ever. The highest fall that won't break me. The blood and sweat is what made me. I'ma get mine, just a matter of time.
Today's matchup: KING-ZONE DragonX, SK Telecom T1. The Fantastic Run.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to LCK Summer 2018. I'm Atlas, this is PubSmithy. We just had a pretty long break after the shellacking that Griffin copped against KT, and now a very different matchup with a lot of questions hanging in the air.
An unexpected break, and now suddenly you're in this weird spot where a week ago, we're talking about the death of SKT and KING-ZONE looking good, and you're like, wow, it's going to be a shellacking. Suddenly, who's the favorite? Is it actually KING-ZONE? Because KING-ZONE were very roundedly beat by Griffin last time out. SK Telecom have not beaten everyone, but they have beaten KT recently. So the greater than chains are in a weird spot. The expectations are in a weird spot. And that means we should have a spicy matchup on the Rift.
Yep, having a look at where everything is lying at the moment. KING-ZONE well and truly in the middle of the pack after some disappointing games. SK Telecom T1 did make it up from 9th place, but that's bad news because the old BBQ Olivers and Jin Air Green Wings have not been doing a lot of winning.
I mean, we have KING-ZONE at 5th and SKT at 8th, which already you're like, holy crap, what's going on this season? Griffin, if you missed it, did have their first match loss of the season, going down convincingly to KT Rolster, and if SKT want to keep up the people at 6 match wins, and honestly, their nemesis in KT Rolster, now's a good time to do it. We've got a hype matchup, KING-ZONE SKT, whatever the season, it's going to be good.
Exactly right. We are going to be starting on the blue side. KING-ZONE DragonX are going to be there as Cuz is going to be jungling this time around. So Peanut has hit the bench. Of course, Khan, BDD, Prey, and Gorilla are the rest of the roster, as we know. But that's interesting news.
The selectors have swung the axe. Only one substitute on the roster, and that means that Cuz will come in for Peanut. He had a bit of a shocker against Tarzan. Looked second best. His Nidalee was missing spears onto Scuttle Crabs and onto stationary members on ganks. They've given him a reprieve, so Peanut subbed out for the first time since he was subbed in after the start of the season. They're giving Cuz a go. He usually squares up the team, and Cuz seems stoked to get to play some League of Legends.
I don't know what they're doing right now, but they're having a really, really good time. Okay, well, Cuz and Khan working on their top jungle synergy, I guess. But if we remember back to when Cuz debuted, he was playing the Zac, he was playing the tanks, and now we've got the rise of Sejuani once again. Moving over to the side of SK Telecom T1, though. What the heck are they going to be fielding?
Well, no axes needed. They won against KT Rolster in the Telecom War, so how about you stick with what's working? And I mentioned it at the end of the Telecom War. Maybe there's finally 5 members on SKT that may not be world champions, but are players that their legions of fans will be happy to see starting. No big changes, no Pyrian, no craziness. Effort retains his spot deservedly after being freed up with the Morgana bot lane Bang was playing to roam around on the Pyke and look like a god.
Yeah, his Pyke looked absolutely amazing. The fact that they managed to get that duo twice in a row, though, is going to raise some eyebrows. KT, what the heck were you thinking? But it looked really, really good, and we'll see whether KING-ZONE DragonX are going to be target banning that one away. We've seen Morgana on the ban list a heck of a lot on 8-12 so far, and I have a feeling we might stay there. Let's have a look at how things have shaped up for both of these teams. A lot of sad reading for SKT, but not recently. Jinair and KT falling to them, but KT have FLICKR BBQ the last 3 victories that KING-ZONE had before the Griffin defeat.
Remember, SK Telecom have 12 matches to play. If the next 8 matches go their way, given that we only have 10 slots on this particular chart, it'll be good reading. If they can ignore the first 4 matches of the season, then SKT could be contenders with so much parity between teams. We're seeing some interesting triangles going on here.
Yeah, Cuz's one ain't great.
More of a pentagon on the side of SKT because Cuz, unfortunately, he's kills plus deaths over assists. Not very good.
Yeah, he's got more deaths than both of those things added together. That's not good news for Cuz. However, it's only 4 games, so small sample size. See whether he can bounce back.
Which matchup is going to be the featured one is what I'm excited to see.
Good question.
So many legends on the Rift, and the legend of KING-ZONE DragonX, a 2018 legend, and even the Longzhu days on the second round robin onwards. It has been a winning run for KING-ZONE, as KING-ZONE have kind of fit in where SKT used to as the, well, who won? I think it was the team with Praying Gorilla on it, and that would be the correct take for the last 2 seasons. But SKT are on the warpath, and KING-ZONE, just the fact they're subbing in Cuz lets you know there's a bit of unrest after that one-sided loss to Griffin.
Yeah, there could be some trouble at home for KING-ZONE DragonX. However, we have seen Cuz come in and reinvigorate this squad, so I'm not willing to bow out just yet, as let's have a look at Prey. My God, the dude has played a lot of League of Legends.
Almost 400 games, hit 1,500 kills in his last match over at SpoTV, 1,506, only behind one man in the kills. That's FLICKR. On the other side of the Rift. Started in 2012 summer, had his 5th anniversary recently. His laning partner, Gorilla, actually celebrates his 5th anniversary today, 2013. 6th anniversary, I should say, for Prey. And looking at his opponent, Prey versus Bang, how many finals have been contested between these 2 players? Some of the legends, and even though Bang has had his ups and downs in 2018, he's already reached the 400 games. He's just waiting on the kills. He's about 60 behind.
Yeah, only 4 games ahead of Prey, but still, 5.8 KDA over that many games is absolutely ludicrous.
So many legends out there.
Yeah.
Take a step back in a matchup like this and appreciate how many big-time players there are. As someone who wants to join among the big-name players is Blank. And one reason to feel good about Blank, other than his good recent performance, honestly some good Skarner games, is that this pick's back in the meta. Sejuani is one that he's been comfortable on. He's 2-1 on the pick, and it makes things happen is SKT, and I think he's a key player because honestly, it's probably going to be a big performance or one that's going to get him a lot of criticism. But have we got a mid lane matchup for you? It's FLICKR versus BDD, and people say this is a generational battle. They say that FLICKR represents now the old, BDD represents the new. Couldn't get it done at MSI. When it comes to Korea, 2 full seasons on Longzhu into KING-ZONE, 2 season victories for BDD.
And with Chovy and Yukal making their way into the LCK, it doesn't even feel like that. It's sort of like the old versus the medium. But it's so crazy because BDD was new very recently.
Well, the thing you have to think is FLICKR is a 2013 debut, BDD a 2016 debut, and then, of course, had the time out of the sun. Both those 2 people you mentioned, 2018's Atlas, and the years keep rolling on. We keep getting older. And when it comes to the fans, SKT fans are repping. They're putting their flares out there. I'm sure if this was done in chat, it'd be pretty 50-50, and it's almost 50-50 here. But more people say, with their recent victory, that SK Telecom could win.
Yeah, victories as well. I mean, I know Jinair haven't had the best run, but that set them up for that win over KT, which was a sort of a reverse sweep in the best of 3 format. Very impressive stuff. And
also,
Kome, big smile on his face moving into the booth.
Did notice there was almost 10,000 votes.
Yeah.
These are teams that people know. You don't need to explain. KING-ZONE DragonX versus SK Telecom T1. And we don't have to explain too much. We get to go into the nitty-gritty right now.
Yep, let's head into Champion Select and see exactly what's going to be targeted.
Whoa.
KING-ZONE already getting rid of the Yasuo that FLICKR made look absolutely busted.
What about that Aatrox mid lane, though?
Oh, God. We'll see whether that one gets
Yukal's
banned
already
away.
learned and exploited it in our last series, so...
Yeah, he learned from experience as well.
And of course, if we know one thing about the 2018 summer meta, of course Aatrox a flex pick, they all are.
Yeah, literally everything is a flex pick. Speaking of which, Nocturne's going to be banned away, as well as the Aurelia. Talia, of course, still receiving loads of bans, especially now that she can pick up Smite once again on 8.12.
The bot lane, I think, is where she's used best, and kind of sad for SKT, who were one of the first to show us the Talia bot lane. It's going to have to be banned away by them. Talia Shen was the bot lane that we've seen work the best, as Aatrox going to be a first-round ban. Remember, KING-ZONE played and lost to a lot of this stuff 2 days ago. There's not a lot of time to scrim there. There may not even been any scrims in the last 24 hours. I'm sure a lot of team meetings. So when it comes to stuff you're not practice against, you don't have a week off to practice against it. You just ban it straight out and try to make something work.
Yeah. Well, SKT taking a long time to work out this final ban. To me, Morgana is sticking out like a sore thumb, but Zoe is going to be the takeaway here. #1 most banned, I believe, by SKT so far. And KING-ZONE, they noticed that the Morgana was missing, and they're going to snap it up straight away.
Now, what does it mean? We saw 2 teams play Morgana bot lane in a row on the same day. SK Telecom into Griffin. Since then, it has been a support pick. Is this a straight-up denial from SKT? Your first thought is yes, not wanting to give it to Bang and allow his support partner an effort to go for a strong roaming support from there. But there's going to be cost to first picking the Morgana.
Yeah.
Swain, very strong in this meta with so many melee champions ready to go. Back shield against the Swain doesn't work very well, as AoE accidentally kills it most of the time, so Swain's taken in. What about a lane counter, as Soraka does exceptionally well against support Morgana?
Yeah, and it looks like Koma has taken out his little notebook, and he's got some plans here against KING-ZONE. Locked in is the Soraka.
Could be a lane duo, remember? Could
That's
just see
true.
Swain and Soraka. Usually it's Swain and an Alistar for the, or in another engaged support for the synergy with the Swain passive, but who's to say? Won't be a bot lane, and these are the flex picks that we keep talking about that have invaded the meta. KING-ZONE taking a long time just to decide what they want to do. The Xayah will be locked in.
And Xayah was actually banned a lot on Monday, especially.
Because Xayah Rakan is a pretty sick mid lane duo.
Yeah.
And already you look at it and say, it seems like it's going to be a mid lane duo. So against SK Telecom, the only team to play it so far in the LCK after following up what the ES Sharks did in Challengers, we see the switch over from Cuz. I think we're going to be seeing mid lane Xayah Rakan.
Yep. Well, Prey probably sitting there on Smite at the moment, so we'll see what SKT actually have planned for this, because we liked their first round draft. Sejuani makes it the no-brainer choice, and that's going to be locked away there. Comfort for Blank. We noticed 66% win rate, and good win rates for SKT this season are not necessarily easy to find.
Wait and track where everyone is going. Hard to say for sure it's going to be the mid lane jungle support kind of weird duo here, the Xayah Rakan funnel in the mid lane, but it's heavily expected given that the Morgana's locked in as well.
The fact that it's still a flex, though, is the huge point, because KING-ZONE can just put that Morgana in the mid lane if they want to. Nullify a matchup, potentially. Not exactly what's expected.
And funneling has been kind of absent on 8-12 with all the nerfs to a lot of the support champions that provided easy buffs, like Lulu, for example, and the shield duration. The Morgana, the Rakan, they avoid those changes.
I just feel like the funnel strategy works so much better with a Morgana. The fact that there is one target that they need to kill, the fact that it can't be CC'd is absolutely gigantic.
But not having multiple tools can also count against you. We've seen the funnel actually lose some late game team fights to give Hanwha life. That particular example. We'll zoom in here. We're expecting it to be the jungler taking exhaust and just maybe Cuz following around the Xayah, which could be Prey, of course, in the mid lane as he closes in on 400 games. Would mean a lot more shuffling going on in terms of champion roles. Talon actually going to be banned. A champion that's considered very strong against funnel because he can just cut over a wall and kill you at a camp, and in general has a lot of roaming time, and turns out you can roam quite a lot when your enemy mid lane is never there. So focusing on SKT, they knew pretty early, when you see Morgana, Xayah Rakan, you kind of know what's up, and you're the team that played the mid lane Xayah Rakan. I'm interested to know what they want to take against it.
Still, a lot of flexibility available if the Darius is locked in, and it is going to be. SKT, we know, will play that in 3 different roles. KING-ZONE now, what are they going to do to round out their composition? They now have to tell us exactly where all these champions are going and whether that funnel strategy is going to happen. Cuz was on exhaust for a little while, then switched it back to the Smite. Prey still on the Smite, though, as the Jace is being hovered. Khan really wants some revenge for his tough time against Sword.
He's going to lock it also. He has not lost on the Jace in 2018 yet. Since the Casper Cup, he has not lost. So returning to the Jace, famous pick for him. No front line, though, on this comp, and the no front line is extending.
Well, we'll see exactly what KING-ZONE are going to do. Still 13 seconds to go as
Counter
Gorilla.
pick for the Soraka.
Oh my god, it's happening!
They're funneling, and they have the bot lane Morgana Blitzcrank to try to shut down and kill Soraka. One of those CC's hits, that unicorn is dead. So on the side of SKT, who's actually joining the Soraka in bot lane is a question. And where is the Soraka going?
I don't know.
Is it going to be bang on Soraka? That could actually happen.
Well, the Tahm Kench has been locked in, so Papa, I actually have no idea. Looks like it will be bang on the Soraka as Blank will be taking the Sejuani, of course. That is the confirmed one, and we still don't even know who's going to be solo laning in which lane.
Top lane Soraka's been a thing forever, and it's chopped up its head a little bit recently.
And the Swain Tahm Kench bottom lane could actually be good. I see where your head's at, Papa.
There's a lot going on here, so we're going to wait and see. I think it's going to be Darius mid lane. That part I'm expecting. Where these other two go is, you know, pretty interesting. Bang has already played Morgana. Why not a Soraka?
All right. Well, Prey, of course, is going to be jungling, but he's still going to be playing the Xayah now with Cuz on the Rakan. It is that classic funnel strategy we've seen used to great effect with this Xayah. Another one cropping up. And there's just some weirdness going on, Pop Smithy.
8-12, baby. You said you guys like to take it weird. Well, we're getting pretty weird in game number 1. The Xayah Rakan flex that we were touting ever since 8-12 rolled in, ever since SKT showed it on the final patch will come out. No funnels this week. Is it a coincidence? Is it teams worried? Do they see the support nurse on every support other than the Morgana when it comes to shields and decide it's no longer a thing? The Black Shield still lasts 5 seconds. That's pretty long when every other shield goes away much earlier.
Yeah, it's very, very true. That was one of the ones that wasn't touched, of course, because it's that magic damage shield. So, oh, Pop, I still don't really know how this is going to go for either of these teams.
It's going to go fun. It
is going to go fun. Who would have thought that we'd see the bottom lane matchup of Morgana Blitzcrank versus Soraka Tahm Kench?
You're trolling, mate.
Yep, I think we are straight up trolling, but this is how it works on 8-12. This is what we want to see, guys. Let's get into game number 1. SK Telecom versus KING-ZONE DragonX.
We're going in quick.
Oh, yeah. And SK Telecom fans certainly with their voices wanting to be heard as Gorilla threatening with that hook.
Most fun thing about patch 8.12 and I guess the 8.11 meta in general is even when you feel like with one pick left, you've got the sick counter pick. You're like, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Blitzcrank smashes Soraka support. You don't know till all the champions are locked in. As this is actually to the top right of the arena. There is a 5-year anniversary sign for Gorilla. We can spy it towards the top. It needs to be towards the top. We don't always talk about the top of the arena because honestly, if there's not a lot of people there, then it's going to be not going to be filled. Yep. It's the last place to fill it. It is full. As Gorilla does not want to face check that rush.
He's going to get slowed though. The exhaust invested into this one as SKT. They really want this first blood. They do get the flash. As now BDD will be running away.
5 years as a pro player for Gorilla. Level 1 sweepers have a lot of use. We mentioned them in double melee lanes as you want to be able to sweep and make sure you're not getting cheesed at a brush. Useful there to not get killed at level 1. Looking at the history, goes aside of KING-ZONE, and you know, I'm a big lover in the LCK legacy. The LCK as that particular name, League of Legends Champions Korea, as a sequel to the old Champions format. When we hit double round robin, it was spring of 2015. Every single title that has been claimed has either been claimed by FLICKR or by Prey and Gorilla. There's never been a winner, a team that has won that did not include one of those players. That's the cool thing there. Most of them to FLICKR, but recently, been Prey and Gorilla, been KING-ZONE and Longzhu reigning as champions.
Yeah. And Cuz actually looking for Blank here, trying to take a Scuttle Crab. We could have a scuffle on our hands, but no, going to be given up here by Blank as Prey going to steal that one away. Now FLICKR going to come down, gets a ward, but not going to be able to do too much else. Is now KING-ZONE mid lane jungle duo going to take all of the creeps in the mid.
See how the funnel goes. Ended up with FLICKR on the Swain. I thought it might be Darius, just to try and push in, because also, obviously, Jace heavily outranges Darius in top. Faker's been playing a lot of melee bruisers in mid lane. He's played Jax and Aatrox already. And the Darius has some wave clear, but they don't actually settle on mid lane Darius. Only time I've seen mid lane Darius in pro play recently was Cabashad playing it.
Well, I mean, Faker sort of played it, but he was spending a lot of time on the bottom side of the map as well.
As our observers do their best to keep up with the new meta.
Exactly.
Reason why whoa!
Oh, big hook actually lands in the binds right there. Yeah, straight up see-late effort, first blood. Going over to BDD on the Morgana in the bottom lane. Oh my god. They're all over the place, but damn, it's good work from Gorilla.
Happy anniversary, apparently, for Gorilla. That was a sick hook right there. Curved it around. Bend it like Gorilla, apparently, is the movie we need to be releasing. All right, that happens in solo queue all the time. That just happened in the lane.
It did, and that is going to mean KING-ZONE already with a lead, and they're the funnel composition.
And isn't this the best water cooler meta? Because you go to someone who used to play League of Legends, and you're like, did you see that amazing hook that happened against the Tom Kent Soraka lane?
Yeah. Ha, BDD giving Gorilla some tips on how to land a skill shot.
He actually hasn't missed a binding yet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one of them was gifted to him by Gorilla. And I mean, I thought Blitzstar was cheese, but this is something new. Damn, it looks good. Level 6 is hit as well. It's going to be even more layering of CC.
So the theory, obviously, is that Effort is there to eat up the Soraka and actually keep her away from hooks. He got hooked and died level 2. That part is clear. What I want to focus on, and a strategy we'll see much more of, is something we alluded to and something that SKT has shown. Bot lane Morgana. She is very safe to sit under turret, put down the Tormented Soil, you max W 5 points, and it's hard to dive her through Black Shield, the Soul Shackles. She's very safe. So what do you pair her with? What's the thing that you combo with? A roaming support. You can roam with a Morgana bot lane even easier than roaming with an Ezreal AD carry, because it's almost impossible to kill her or dive her. Speaking of kills...
Yeah, flash in from Tal as there's the boot back. Tal actually goes a hell of a long way away, but Khan still going to fall. And SKT are going to answer. Oh, is he? Is he? He's ticking down. Blank's looking for the auto minion block. Comes in. Khan sidesteps it and lives somehow.
Holy moly, he still lives. What? The crowd is stunned. He was left dead to rights. They thought it was going to burn down from the Darius.
Yeah, Tal actually hit the cool guys don't look at explosions, and then there was no explosion.
When you got Snowball Gold in the early game, when you really want to give first blood to Darius in a lane, you understand why he wasn't going for the kill early. But Blank follows him along saying, this Darius needs the gold more than I do. I'll clean it up. Doesn't get an auto range. Misses the W. Oh boy, the charmed life of Khan.
Oh my goodness, and the disaster life of Blank. It's been looking better recently, but this feels like the old Blank.
Ladies and gentlemen, always secure the kill.
Exactly.
I understand the theory, but always secure the kill.
Well, he didn't. And now there's a Blitzcrank in this lane, and he's got a Hexaflash.
And that's what we were getting to. The Morgana's very hard to dive. The roaming support has plenty of room to make plays like this.
Yeah. And the successful supports with the Morgana that we've had are Pyke and Shen. They looked damn good. Effort, of course, knows all about it. He was playing that Pyke. Got a 6.8 KDA over 2 games as well. The guy did really, really well. So far this game, it's been a different story against what he, the strategy, I guess, that he was employing.
Zyra Khan is the new age roaming duo we see in Korea. Korean special. Most of our funnels were imported from EU, but BBQ focuses on that. We focus here on the Zyra Khan. I think it's actually the most insane flex, because you're flexing an entire duo lane that is famous for being a bot lane to the mid lane. It's the sort of thing that is so hard to draft against. KING-ZONE have it. Rakan CC's the camp, CC's the crab. Zyra gets all the gold. Speaking of all the gold, very hard to defend your camps when you have no real jungler of your own. So that's why we see a little steal away, and whatever camps you can contest to keep that amount of CS down for Prey, the better.
Yep. Prey, of course, did manage to steal away the red buff on the top side of the map, so KING-ZONE not too worried about this, as they just clear as many camps as possible. Doesn't matter which side of the map they're on.
397th game, he's finally away from the bot lane.
Yeah, he's done it.
I mean, some of the lane swaps are a bit weird, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yep. No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
BDD?
I just love this. This is like one of my favorite bottom lanes that we've seen so far.
I'm partial to the famous Hanwha Life duo of Singed Tahm Kench.
Yeah, that was a good one.
But Soraka Tahm Kench, Bang is certainly finding new champions to play. His Morgana double into Soraka.
Yep.
Still a carry, by the way.
Got himself a blasting one to start things off. That's an aggressive choice. So Control Ward comes in. KING-ZONE just trying to take away this blue buff. Not going to be able to smite it away as Blank just steals it back.
What's your thought? Is it Rylai's? That's the old Soraka special to get value out of your Q. Makes you really good at chasing.
Yeah, it seems like that would be the obvious choice.
If it somehow turned into a Rage Blade and he was just smashing the bananas into people.
Oh my
now
God.
That would be sick.
That's the dream. On-hit banana
Do we just
Soraka.
retire if it is Rage Blade? I think we should.
Yeah, I think on that note, you have to.
If we see the Rage Blade, guys, we're just done. We're done. We've seen the apex of League of Legends, and we're done.
We've hit the promised land, and we actually don't know what to do from here, to be honest. So that's going to be it for us.
Could be Ludens, could be Rod of Ages, but the Rage Blade would be something.
Well, Blank going to throw out the ultimate and lands it onto Khan. They're going to secure it this time around, I have a feeling, as Tal gets bopped back. Takes a little while, but he's got the ult this time, and they'll bring the hammer down and finally secure that kill.
A bit of catharsis, I'm sure. Getting the dunk onto Khan. Really wanted to secure that one. Goes to the person they wanted it to. No flash on Khan. Good pathing from Blank.
Yep, 83 CS on the Jace, though. He's doing a very good job in this ranged versus melee matchup.
108 on the funnel. Usually you want it to be about, say, 30 to 50 ahead of the clock as time goes on, so it's better to inspect at 15 to 20. You know how the funnel's been going. But now they're actually looking to push, and should be worth mentioning, there's 2 blue buffs on the side of SKT. One taken by Blank, one taken by FLICKR. They're missing out on the big buffs. They are being able to push in a bit of CS.
Yeah, FLICKR's doing a great job keeping up in farm like you were talking about.
It's so obnoxious that a champion
right
1v2 can walk up this far in lane.
Yeah. It's a fair bit of wave clear in this one, but lands another bind. There's the hook to follow it up as effort. He's in trouble, burning down from the Ignite as the ultimate comes out from Gorilla. They're looking for the knock-up. They're looking for the ability to stop him as there's the wish from Bang, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Grey Health is there. He's going to eat a Blitzcrank, but that ain't that delicious as Airy finishes it off for KING-ZONE. BDD uses all of his mana.
FLICKR walks down, not able to get in. I thought the mana might actually cost against them when they weren't able to secure it on the first round of spells. But with an Ignite and 2 rounds of spells, the chase down, maybe not epic, but it is secured. So top side control and bot side control are being traded. Khan has the CS lead though, and the top side to spare what is a 30 CS lead, but a death to the side of the Darius.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Khan is probably still ahead.
His flash is up. How quickly can he react? We know. In the jungle, Blank is on the top side.
Yeah. Well, he's going to jump in as Blank. He's going to get there. Still has the ultimate, remember, teleport. Invested by SKT of all teams. KING-ZONE are moving up, but are they going to get there in time? The answer is no, but Prey, he still wants it. In goes the Rakan, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough. Oh, really good use of the ult from Prey, but it's not going to be enough. 2 kills for FLICKR. SKT rolling over the fight.
Seems like KING-ZONE thought they could fight even though they were going to be outmanned and outgunned. There's no reason, I think, to fully commit to that if you're the Xayah Rakan. But the call is to go in, and I think that's a bad decision-making mistake off the back of a series where they made a few of them. We're going to watch the replay. If you start with the apprehend, the micro slow into auto attacks, even though it was a great hammer hit, flash is up, ult is up, they will eventually chase down. Consider the situation you're in. You see 3 people, and you see Cuz initiate. It's not Gorilla, it's Cuz on the Rakan. It's not quite Prey and Gorilla this time. And with the lack of Prilla, I feel like the decision-making from the jungler, which is usually go in, was the wrong choice.
Well, Blank not going to get executed this time around as he takes down Shelly. We'll pick that one up as well. And I think a little bit of that was Prey misclicking on the Featherstorm as well. Could have potentially got some snares there and stopped himself from going down, but the passive was still ticking away and likelihood of him surviving was low.
He's got Essence Reaver, so he knows he's going to have to lift off quite a lot. And this is 8-12, so...
Still a great item because you're still thirsty for mana on the old Xayah.
It's really less about the Mana Stain. I guess in the jungle, if you're going to not pick up a jungle item, this Mana Stain might be useful. Essence Reaver, we don't see a lot on Xayah just because you need to use your ult kind of proactively usually to get maximum value out of it, but the attack speed means that when you do use your ultimate, and look, with a Sejuani and a Darius coming in, you're definitely going to use it, in that 6-second window, you do have quite a lot of battle stats. Storm Razors, what we usually see is we see Blitzcrank on the roam.
Yep, Flank is going to get hooked. Another binding comes in as these guys looking like they've been laning together forever. That's going to be Prey getting delivered a kill for free.
And this is, again, the counter side. On the bot side of the map, it's Hook City enacted by KING-ZONE. The camp in the top side has spared the Darius what is a horror laning phase against the Jace. So it's always fun to see a diagonal line across the map. If it's happened top side, you know who's winning. It's happening bot side. It's all about the robot and the Morgana.
Yeah. Feels like Batman and Robin from BDD and Gorilla right now. Incredible play from them, coordinated.
And even good. Think about the neutrals, top side neutral. It was a close one, but was secured by Blank. Bot side neutral going the way of KING-ZONE. Splitting the map in terms of vertical jungling is actually pretty good for the side of KING-ZONE because it keeps their top lane turret up longer in what is obviously a bad matchup. And this time, there was a lot of control wards for Khan to not have to have this happen again.
Yeah, there is definitely a littering of wards. KING-ZONE focusing here on the mid lane though. This outer turret has taken a lot of damage.
Don't see an explosive CS lead for Prey and Cuz. Prey's died once and has not been able to reach so many camps. As, I would say SKT's been pretty good about taking away at least the big camps from them.
Yep, still 30 ahead of the clock here at 14 minutes, so...
They know where the ward is. That's why Gorilla's already using his W.
Oh, gets the hook and no Arctic Assault available now for Blank. Cuz he's going to jump himself in there, but Khan not going to be able to enter the fight. It's Tal's there, but Blank, he ain't going to be so lucky. Gorilla picks himself up a well-deserved kill on the Blitzcrank.
Man, on his anniversary, he is popping off on this Blitzcrank from level 2 onwards. He's trying to win this game, salvage the early game that SKT have been making very good counter jabs. Every single hook and every single binding that have gone the way of KING-ZONE. BD continues to be in a 1v2, and maybe, just maybe with a third person, they can turn on him. But remember, Soul Shackles and the Stasis is a pretty good turnaround.
Yep, not going to find the E as FLICKR as BDD does at least throw out the Soul Shackles. The flash is there. Black Shield has been gone through as there's the bind and the hook under the turret. Effort going to eat up FLICKR, take him away, but this is just going to cost them and cost them. Outer turret in the mid lane is going to go down. SKT investing a lot and not getting enough back.
Gorilla, sweeper. Yeah. The sweeper is so useful. Would have died at level 1 if he'd gone warding. Totem is... Well, you know, he had a good 15 minutes.
Yep, scraped the backside of Bang just there with the rocket grab. Maybe teleport from BDD would have meant he was dead.
Tom Kench has been dieting, by the way.
Obviously. He's in the most ironic skin for that as well, which is the best. But another puddle to eat up a bunch of creeps.
And we saw how much damage the Tormented Soil was doing in team fights for Bang. The CDR mechanic of just being able to use it again and again if you hit multiple people means that you just chip away rather than exploding people. It's a kind of optimistic use of the Rift Herald. It's going to get a charge off. I didn't see the turret HP. This will probably get it. They walk up with it. Yeah, they will be able to secure it on this push.
Yep, unable to take down the eye, so that is going to secure the first turret here for SKT, but it's answering first turret blood going down in the mid lane to the funnel. So bad news still for SKT, but can KING-ZONE now answer on the top side as well?
Been a big transfer of vision. Previously, it was all about SKT top and KING-ZONE bot. The reverse of that is true. They transferred their power top side when we saw the Sejuani go down, the ward coverage. And ward supremacy is with KING-ZONE, so around the same time, Jace will pick up solo turret gold as well.
Yeah, he's got a Black Cleaver, but the Trinity Force is completed here from Tal. 4 to 4 in kills, and all of them have involved the Darius.
No levels in heal at level 9. It's hilarious from Bang. He's still a carry, baby.
Yep.
Can't take the carry out of the Seraphim.
Well, I mean, also, Effort obviously only just made his account because he's got heal and ghost, and he got hooked level 1. So
speaking of...
Yep, he's going to get caught once again. I was definitely memeing, but this is definitely a problem.
Is it?
Yeah, as Tal, he's going to come in with the apprehend. May have saved it, but Khan gets delivered a kill. Flashes out, but he's still not going to survive. It's Bang that grabs that kill, but remember, Prey's still alive, and the hook is going to land. Blade Caller will be there very soon. See you later. Darius as now Bang trying to get himself out. Cuz has a stopwatch though, as Blank's taking so much damage. Prey gets his double kill, and FLICKR, can he actually get it with the Demon Flare? He can! And the Swain is getting huge now.
Low mana bar on BDD means he can't really fully impact the fight. FLICKR is able to clean up Prey. was able to get a lot of experience. Will be over leveled. That's a happy pickup for him. 2 items onto Prey. The CS lead you would expect because he's been funneled. Close team fight overall. Effort takes a long time to die.
He does. Prey health was utilized well there.
Khan looks like he's escaped, but ends up going down to the dunk and the burn anyway, so would have fallen. Darius isn't chasing for a multi-kill, he's actually chasing to hopefully kill the Jason, confirm it. He ends up in the middle of the fight, ends up going down. Chases through the back line. Prey does clean up Bang, but goes down to FLICKR after all.
Yeah, gets a little bit overly excited here, sandwiched between all of the members of SKT, and FLICKR is going to be able to secure that kill, so we're going to disengage. 7-6 now is the kill score, and the gold is still in favor of KING-ZONE, which can be bad news against these funnel comps.
There is also bad news for the 1-3-1 that SKT is trying to react to, because when we see Jace enter a lane, the laning options are either Swain or Darius, both of them fiercely short range. So
yeah.
Jace just walks up and turrets and gold will rain on the side of KING-ZONE. So while he was slowed down, he's still on 25 CS lead. He still will take plenty of turrets. Seeing Sejuani all the way down as some people are coming to assassinate.
Yeah, I feel like he's pretty used to this by now, but it's going to be a tough one. Gets slowed down, gets exhausted, he doesn't have flash, and he is dead. Effort's going to eat him and deliver the kill to the piggy that Blank is riding. All right, Soul Shackle's coming in here from B2D. He's going for the 1v1. Will he have the bind? He
Watch
does.
the W, watch the W
Puddle's
damage.
doing so much work as the Wish comes in. Now B2D, he wants another round of spells. Will he have it? The ult, the dunk, it's not enough from B2D. The hook comes in, but there's the 1-2 from Gorilla.
Turn around there with the long cooldowns on the Morgana. Clear to see, and SKT send less members. They walk straight down mid lane. They might just get the turret.
Yep, out of turret in trouble. 4 members here versus the 3. The KING-ZONE have thrown in. Prey has the QSS already picked up, so the ultimate's not going to register, but the tower will still go down.
Man, such a bloodthirsty game with so much game. Speaking of
Oh
engage,
yeah, Never Move coming in as FLICKR invests the ult into this fight. Featherstorm coming down, but he's so low. Prey! He's still going to survive, but the Rakan is dead. Cuz not able to get there. Never Move, not enough range. As now the empowered Shock Blast are doing some work, but Bang thankfully has now picked up heal.
no levels at level 9, but he had to get that single level and had the ultimate. He said he'd got heal up. But able to disengage there. They get the kills. Very, very even trade overall, though, in SKT and KING-ZONE. SKT win up in the turrets they're destroying in the mid lane. A bit of a counterpoint. 3-2 in turrets overall as Gorilla's still chasing.
Yep. He's looking for the God Hand. Speedy D's going to at least see where everyone is. FLICKR not going to be able to play sneaky.
Neither C9.
Oh, that's too good. Hook's going to register once again onto Effort, who explodes. Prey's going to pick up the kill, and SKT wonder where their Tahm Kench went. Okay, Binding going to go wide into the minion wave, actually, for B2D, but clears out the wave very, very quickly. Cloud Drake number 2 is available, and it looks like KING-ZONE will be taking that one down as there was no minion wave left to take that inner turret in the mid lane.
As a counterpoint to every other game being long and drawn out, when you have a roaming Blitzcrank, a Morgana holding down, and CC everywhere, we get a very bloody game. 18 kills in 21 minutes. Got the LPL going on for one game. Thanks for joining us, LPL.
We've had a few of these. We've had a few of these.
We'll accept them. On 8-12, they've been lessened, so we're enjoying a bit of a fiesta.
I actually really love it. You know, we accept our LPL overlords now that we've had the results in from MSI, so it's the kind of games that we're getting.
They're doing something right.
Damn right
KING-ZONE was very susceptible to falling to games like this. It was their early game passivity that a lot of analysts say was exploited. A lot of teams at MSI were able to dictate to them in the early game, so I, for one, don't mind seeing them get down and dirty in the fiesta. They'll need to learn from it.
Yep. Especially when you got the backup plan of this funneled Prey who's going to do so much work. Mortal Reminder already completed. This is a 3-item Xayah at 22 minutes into the game.
It's also a Darius where if he just gets one dunk down, his straight-up dunk is going to half health or more everyone on the side of KING-ZONE. They have a lot of backup damage.
Do you reckon a full health's Cuz? Do you think he just dies?
Level 16? Maybe. But at level 13, no.
Okay. It's just feeling a little bit scary when he's so anemic.
I mean, to be fair, Effort is perhaps the most anemic. He has a QSS.
That's true. That is true. He's a tadpole. This game.
And that's why he couldn't be hooked.
He could be hooked. Hooked to what?
That 1-1 was close.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Control ward's so important for both sides as pick CC is everywhere. The most pick comps on the Rift goes this is all right.
Oh, Gorilla. He's going for the style, but the never move is going to land in, and that is a very dead Rakan. We mentioned that it wouldn't take a lot of killing, and it didn't. Very quickly a 4v5 as the binding does land. The puddle doing some work as in goes SKT. Okay, that was optimistic. Never move lands onto the Blitzcrank as the Wish is doing a bunch of work. FLICKR explodes in the middle of the fight, and Effort is going to save him. They do get the Tahm Kench, and Prey is still alive, but that's a lot of kills for SKT.
FLICKR's Demon Flare ripped through the team, Tal.
Apprehend, not going to go in there as Khan. He thinks he can take it. The W doing some work, wants another auto, doesn't get it. Bang gets the flash heal, and Khan still walks away.
Oh, damage calculation for Tal. I feel like we saw a little bit better from Khan, but what does this mean for the Baron? Low health bars means it's probably unlikely. Bang is squishy, as you can see.
Yep.
But the damage isn't maximized towards low health members. He has got the Black Cleaver as one of the pickups there. A lot of action, but no fallback objectives for either team. Let's watch it again. The silence here was actually really big because Effort gives up his whole health bar almost instantly. At the start, you think, all right, health trade easily won. But watch the Demon Flare at the end. It rips through KING-ZONE because they're all paper. They're so squishy.
Yeah, and Prey didn't actually get the Featherstorm off in time, so he did take the damage from that Demon Flare. It's really hard to time, of course. Didn't know when FLICKR was going to activate it. However, that's a 3-0-6 Swain in the mid lane, piloted by FLICKR, of all people.
Double Zonias on now the Soraka and also onto FLICKR. FLICKR and Tal, they're the damage here. Bang is annoying, he'll chip away, but it's not quite the same thing. And Tal has hit his items a lot better than perhaps the early game might have suggested because of the ganks. On paper, Jace beats the Darius. Swain can't do all the damage himself. GG, no damage. Because Tal got the ganks, that was big. Speaking of ganks, Tal is going to get crushed here.
Yep, doesn't have flash.
But what about Baron?
I have a feeling he's going to be dead, but you're exactly right. Teleport actually is going to be extremely
Can they do it fast enough, Atlas? They do not have really very much damage.
Well, there's 2 teleports coming in here from KING-ZONE anyway, so this Baron's going to take basically nothing from SKT, and the Shock Blasts are going to rip them apart. FLICKR, never moves, not going to land as they find Morgana before Black Shield, and she is just terrorized by SKT. They are going to get a Rift Scuttler, but no Baron. It's a 1-for-1 trade in the end if you include Tal.
But Prey can push through the mid lane, and with the minion wave joining, they might even get the mid lane in a turret. You have to look at the collateral, because the kills draw the eyes, but aren't necessarily as important as the objectives that follow them. Kill a minute pace, 24 kills in this funnel Xayah Rakan comp. Give me more of it, please. I'm loving it.
Yeah. It just feels like a game of chess. There are moves being made by both teams, but the capitalization afterwards is certainly there.
Atlas, is this some Aussie chess variant where you punch people every time you take a piece? Because that's what we're seeing here.
You don't punch the clock anymore, you just punch a person.
That sounds way better.
That's how that goes. Exactly. It's way better.
Patent that idea. It's pretty good.
I could imagine Blitzcrank and Alistair playing that game against each other. Come on, Riot Games, make it happen. Okay, Khan going to be taking a bit of jungle here on the bottom side. So there's a big minion wave that Tal can pick up. He's going to have to cross over that river, and he's a little bit worried about it.
Both of the bot lane carries, BDD and Bang, pretty low damage.
Yeah.
They're very much going for the utility.
Prey's gigantic right now, and this hook is going to land onto Blank. Gets snared up, but they're not going to commit to it. Teleport was utilized, but Tal's going to cancel it, and now KING-ZONE know that they have the advantage. Black Shield to make sure that he can't get anything, but FLICKR uses a really nice Zonia's. Oh, the bind! Little bit too early from BDD, and Kuz has to get himself out with, I believe, a QSS.
Trying to make this all happen while Tal was bot lane without teleport. So crucial with SKT. Was able to avoid that. They're actually just going for Tal again, because why not?
Well, they also want a blue buff. They're going to be able to give that one over to Khan. So Tal, like you say, completely zoned out, but KING-ZONE unable to get too much more from that one.
Not always a relevant cooldown, but do note the FLICKR Zonias is down for a while.
Yep. Stuff taken into account so much. I just feel like with these weird compositions, there are so many more things that you need to think about. Prey's going to be able to easily take down this Ocean Drake by himself. They have a monopoly on the dragons this game.
Keep drinking the caffeine, Atlas. I need you to get every nitty-gritty from these sick plays as Gorilla.
Hook. Okay, not going to find it.
Got a flash.
Oh, wow.
That's actually more than you might have expected. He didn't have that much backup damage, but he'll take the flash for sure.
Did he see it? He would have seen it. We didn't quite see it because it was at the top of the screen, but you saw the cooldown, Papa.
He's definitely used that. I could see the flash.
Oh, yes,
after
it was
the fact.
used. Yeah.
We had the vision toggle, but we could see the... I don't even know what you call it, the dust after a flash is taken down.
At least it's not as obnoxious as it used to be.
Do you think it was ever named, the animation for when you see someone is flashed?
The flash particle?
Yeah, particle, I guess.
If you were to,
I'm going to go with flash dust.
If you were to word fuse it, the flash particle, it would be a flarticle, which sounds pretty cool.
That was really bad.
No, I liked it. No, it's terrible. Oh, okay. Damn it. I really need to be a kindergarten teacher, I think. That's where my audience is. Okay, SKT setting themselves up to
Gorilla
try
knows
and
someone said he
contest
could
this Baron.
blind hook this if he wants.
Cuz does have a lot of CC to his name, but not much of a health bar as he uses the grand entrance.
Speaking of health bars, someone has to take the Baron. They don't have anyone.
Yeah. And Gorilla, he wants to get the hook, and he's going to get it. Explosionate damage as Apprehend lands onto Prey, but he doesn't care.
That's the Bonanza.
Yep, teleport going to come in, but FLICKR immediately knocked up.
He's dead.
The Zonyas, he's dead. That is so much of the damage out of the fight, and effort dies as an afterthought. KING-ZONE will have free reign over this Baron.
The hook tier list is FLICKR or Tal. You'll take the Soraka if you get her, but Tal going down first means there's no teamfight damage. They can't win with just the Swain and the Soraka. It's going to be a slow Baron, but it's still going to be one that's going to be finished. Trying to trade tank it.
Well, there's almost 6 items on Prey, so he does a fair bit of damage to it. Gorilla will have his passive to keep him alive as well. KING-ZONE will secure this Baron at 30 minutes into the game. They've got about 5,000 gold lead, but that should balloon now with the Baron buff.
Gorilla needed the hook. Tal, too easy. Clearing a control water. You understand why, but unnecessary. He didn't need to be doing that. I don't know where effort was. With no flash, he didn't want to help him, didn't want to be in Devour range, so ends up hitting the skill shot. The skill shot was all they needed. FLICKR dies before he can zone you. Don't know if the cooldown was off or not. Would have been a line ball. That was a very high value hook from Gorilla, and so far, unleashing Gorilla on the map, barring a few misses, has been a great strategy.
Well, Prey and Gorilla, both of them playing phenomenally well this game. 7-2-3 for Prey. Some question marks in the early game, but it's been the Xayah performance that we expect from this caliber of AD carry player.
And their siege is actually obscene. Morgana and Blitzcrank throwing out death, and also a Xayah to be involved. So you just evacuate, and Tal says, well, I need to get there, guys. So he's going to recall, they're going to try and regroup. And KING-ZONE actually take down an inhib. It almost feels like you have to hit a skill shot because Jace Poke, I want to avoid as well.
Good God, Gorilla is moving fast. Doesn't land the hook, so maybe a window of opportunity here for SKT. Dark Binding also down, but that tower evaporated.
When do you walk up, though? Because if the Blitzcrank hook misses, there could still be a Binding. There could still be a Jace accelerated Shock Blast. There's so much to respect. And Prey, through all that disarray, can even get the feathers in and make something happen.
Yeah, just wanders up. And, of course, the follow-up CC from everything is just absolutely insane. They've got non-committal, they've got committal, they've got everything that they need if they're ahead. And at this point, they definitely are. 7,000 gold now the lead exactly for KING-ZONE. They've broken the base on the bottom side. Feel like the game has finally turned away from SKT in its entirety.
A flash onto effort, switched over while the cooldown happens in the background, means he's an easy target.
Well, Prey's going to move up. He's got a black shield if he needs it as well. BDD playing support, but also playing destruction because these puddles even have to be respected. He's got bindings everywhere because of all his CDR that he can build with the money that he's managed to accrue. It's not the kind of Morganas we're used to as In goes Blank, looking for a desperation play. But gets it onto Khan, but doesn't get much. Hook lands on the Tahm Kench, and in goes Cuz. Prey is going to pick up all of these kills. They're golden, but they're just waiting for the inevitable. Double kill comes in for Prey. Make that a triple. He's still looking for more as KING-ZONE will take down SKT in game 1. The flashes from Khan as well, just for the style points, as the hook onto the fountain is denied by Bang. He's still going to die, though, as Fake is going to get somehow the kill credit onto Cuz.
That's what happens with the Tahm Kench sometimes. You devour, you give a double kill to the side of KING-ZONE. Until the end, we didn't know the lane assignments. We didn't know the champions that everyone would play. But when everything was said and done, you can see that if KING-ZONE could stick the landing in the early game, no one could take Jason a side lane. The siege was the dirtiest thing ever. Only picking up the Baron was a struggle for KING-ZONE. One hook onto Tal later, the Baron was theirs, and so was the win for KING-ZONE DragonX.
And it was back and forth so much up until that one play, that one Baron pickup from KING-ZONE, the one hook from the 5-year anniversary Gorilla.
Give that man an MVP.
Damn right. Looking over at you guys over there on the other desk, Cast Jun. Okay, well, we'll see whether it is going to be Gorilla that grabs it, but the rest of his team definitely feel like he's the MVP now. That first blood underneath the turret, you have to feel that it's guaranteed.
Are these fan votes going to be 2 losses in a row? 10,000 votes. About 8 times what we see in some of our other series for this one. The SKT fans, they're feeling it 2 series in. Only a game 1, and certainly a crazy one, very far away from the standard meta that has dominated our other games on 8-12. For once, innovation is used against SKT rather than that being their own weapon. And now it makes us wonder, what sort of delights do we have in game number 2?
Yeah, the Zyra Rakan funnel was just so impressive. I love the Morgana, piloted by BDD as well. And we're going to check out the damage. Prey only barely out-damages BDD's bottom lane Morgana. That is something that I've always wanted to say.
Team effort though, Morgana, the Xayah, and the Jace all coming in about the same.
It's despicable levels of damage as well for a 32-minute game. They were just piling on the hurt. Faker did the best that he could, but that one team fight, that one pivotal moment was just all over from there. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a short break and game number 2 is around the corner. I want to know what cheese we're going to get next time.
Here's what I want, a short break and a long series. Let's go 3 games. Let's see more of this.
Yep, I want more innovation. I want more answers from SKT, more answers from KING-ZONE. We're going to find out after this break whether we're going to get them.